This is the Circus Circus Hotel and Casino, and it is regarded as being one of the worst places to stay on the Las Vegas Strip. But is it really that bad? We're gonna put that to the test today, and you're coming with us. Let's go check it out. All right, so right now we're entering the Slots of Fun Casino that's located right next to the main entrance. So this is Lots of Fun. It's the only place on the Las Vegas Strip that you're gonna be able to find coin slots. They also have a bar here that you can get $2 beers, $2 hot dogs, shrimp cocktails, and stuff like that. You can also find some table games here, blackjack, craps, all that stuff. It opened back a couple of decades ago and then sold to the Circus Circus, and it still has like the old vintage look here. All right, so let's break a couple of fives in here and get some coins. You can insert them one at a time. And then you can either press the spin reel or pull the lever. And then you make a ton of money. Come on, baby. All right, winner, winner, chicken dinner. These machines actually look like they're kind of new. They don't look, old and beat up. I think they recently had a makeover here. I have to say, putting in a coin at a time is a lot more tiring than putting in like a 50 and then just like pressing the button. Man, we were so close to the triple diamond. That would have been 800 credits. All right, guys, we made it here to our room. We are in the West Tower 2 Queen room. This was the cheapest available room for the night at $21. After resort fees and taxes, the price went up to $66. This is by no means a high quality room, and I have definitely seen worse here at the Circus Circus, but for what you're getting here, you can basically sleep 4 people. It's not that bad, $66 here in Las Vegas. Now, before we do a quick room tour, I'd like to tell you a couple things about the Circus Circus. The Circus Circus opened back in 1968, making it 55 years old. It opened first as a casino, then they started expanding with different towers. You have the West Tower, the Casino Tower, the Skyrise Tower, and the Circus Circus Manor, which is the motel-like buildings that are on the side. They kind of look like they're stuck back in the 1980s, but they're right next to the splash zone, which is the pool here. As far as attractions go, you have a couple of options here. The Adventuredome is an indoor amusement park. When I was a kid, this was the place to be. They also opened a brand new attraction, which is like a SpongeBob ride. Honestly, I haven't heard a whole lot of good reviews, so we're probably gonna skip that either way. There is also a section of the casino called Slots of Fun, which is the only section of a casino that has coin slots on the Las Vegas Strip. And you also have the Carnival Midway, which is a place where you can find a bunch of carnival games and arcades. There is a free circus there as well that plays like every hour and a half. It's a super fun place to bring the family, although it's been getting more and more expensive by the years. As far as dining goes, you're not gonna have a whole lot of options here, but there is one place that stands out, and that is the Steakhouse here at the Circus Circus. It's highly regarded as being one of the best in Las Vegas, and we actually have a reservation tonight, so we're gonna put that to the test. Aside from that, you have the buffet, which is open Friday through Sunday, basically just on the weekends, and the menu offerings aren't as good. I actually have a video on it. You can go ahead and check it out right here. Aside from that, you basically have a food court and a bunch of other little dining destinations across the property. You're not gonna be really happy here if you are a foodie. Okay, so now let's do a quick room tour because it is a very basic room. All right, so this is the restroom. As you can see, a bunch of different types of looks, tiles, and counter and surfaces. I have to say, this is probably the worst part of the room. It is not a dirty bathroom, but it has a lot of beat ups. For example, you can see a lot of rust right there in the corner. You can see the wallpaper coming off. Like if this was an apartment, I would not be happy renting it, but it's also not a dirty place. This little plastic container here is supposed to be for ice, but it's usually a piece of it's like a metal bucket at some places. So this is a closet space right next to the restroom. As you can see, not classy whatsoever. The iron was on the floor, and just in general, it looks kind of like out in the open. The positive thing about this though is that the safe is huge. It can actually fit like a purse here. I can leave my camera in here, whereas in other places, it's a very thin place that you can basically fit your keys and wallet. This is how the 2 queen beds look. Very basic, nothing out of the ordinary. If anything, just a little cheap. Today we're rocking with the 32-inch TV. It actually looks quite small for this giant wall. And this has to be where I see the most wear and tear on these 2 pieces of furniture. However, this mirror right here is nice and wide and it's very clean. And this is how the view looks from our room. We are on the 17th floor and we get to see the Adventuredome right here. And to the right, we get to see a little bit of the pool and the west side of the city. All right, so there you have it. All things considered, this room is very basic, and for $66, potentially fitting 4 people in here, it's not a terrible deal. However, the restroom needs a lot of work. There's the wallpapers coming off, there is oxidation, there's a little bit of fungus growing in places. It's just not a up to standard room in my opinion. It doesn't fit the sanitary standards that Vegas Must Try likes to see in a room. And I would not like to stay here. I wouldn't be surprised if other rooms have the same level of like maintenance to the bathroom or to the room in general. But for now, let's head over to the casino floor, hit up the steakhouse, do some gambling, all that stuff. Let's go. All right, so the Circus Circus is basically one long hallway from the parking garage all the way down to the strip. And this is where you're gonna find pretty much everything. Both of the casino floors. You're also gonna find the food court on one end, Krispy Kreme, the steakhouse, a bunch of small, tiny shops that I would never probably shop at. And all the way at the end, you have the other casino floor. It's a very basic layout here for a casino, but it has the classic vintage low ceilings here. This is obviously a family resort, so you are gonna find a ton of families here. There's kids crying, there's like kids running around going to the pool and all that stuff. So this is Big Top Eats. They have the 777 special where you can find some hot dogs, pancakes, French toast, breakfast sandwich and all that stuff for $7. It is located on the West Casino floor. It's a nice little place to come and get some cheap food and refuel. We are unlucky and today is spring break, so there are a ton of families running around. There's kids yelling and all that stuff. I can't get used to it, but I mean, you gotta bring your kids somewhere, and why not the Circus Circus, right? We found a deal or no deal machine. Let's test our luck. So we hit the bonus. Oh no, we lost the biggest one already. All right, we're gonna play some slots in this spinning platform. And look, it moves very slowly. So let's check it out. It's the Carnival Buffalo. Oh yeah, we get to choose. Fill them up, fill them up, fill them up, fill them up. Give us a clown. Okay, we'll take a 300. Woo! 875. Okay. So we are here at the Circus Circus Steakhouse. It's regarded as being one of the better ones here in Vegas, so let's go check it. Let's go. Thank you so much. Okay, just got situated here at the steakhouse and we requested the booth here. That's apparently the Frank Sinatra booth. Although I did ask if you really sat here and they said, unfortunately not, that's just what they call it. I don't care. This is the Frank Sinatra booth. This is my first time here at this steakhouse, and it is like miles above what people think of the Circus Circus. It's like a nice, classy place, and it has a cool, classic, old, like mobster feel. We got the complimentary bread here with the butter. So I got the French onion soup here, and we have the basil, tomato, and mozzarella salad. So this is a very classic steakhouse with a very classic menu. There's no French fries, there's no mac and cheese, so you're not gonna find like some wild stuff. There's a couple of cuts and then a couple of salads and some starters here. So we got our food now, and I got a bone-in ribeye. Comes with some veggies and your choice of the potato. I got mashed potato. Fanny's vegetarian, so we told them and they said, hey, we'll bring them some mashed potatoes and some veggies here, complimentary. Thank you. Nice pink look, and we got all this fat, of course. Oh, look at that. Man, I needed some ribeye in my life. This is delicious. Okay, and capping the night with some creme brulee dessert. Strawberries, a little bit of whipped cream. Oh, that's really good. Approved. If you have a lot of debts with the Circus Circus, they bring you in here and they hang you to dry. All right, we just got back from this steakhouse, and I have to say this, that place is a gem. Everything from the service, the actual food quality, and the environment was just really, really nice and welcoming. But for now, we're going to the Midway. I'm gonna leave this camera here because they deem it as a professional camera and record some of the content there with my phone. Let's go. So this is the Adventuredome. It is the indoor theme park here at Circus Circus. It's the giant dome. There's a bunch of rides here. There's an arcade. There's like Ferris wheels. There's some of these like carousels and all that stuff. So you can really spend a ton of time here, especially if you have teenagers. You can bring them here, although I wouldn't recommend leaving kids here unattended. We just heard that 2 kids got lost back there. But yeah, this place can be really fun. I remember when I was a teenager, I'd like to come here during the weekends with friends. During the month of October, there's actually an event here called Fright Dome. And as you can imagine, there's a bunch of scary clowns running around with chainsaws and all that. It's quite fun, but I'm gonna put the prices on the screen so you can see how much money you would be spending if you brought your kids along. Now, if you are an adult, I would not recommend this place. The rides aren't that cool. And yeah, there's a bunch of kids here, so it's not gonna be the place to be. There's places where you can buy alcohol and stuff, but it's just not a fun place if you wanted to come and actually have fun as an adult. The rides aren't that scary, and like I said, it just feels like, you know, a bit cheap. So this is the Midway. You're gonna find a lot of carnival games here, like darts and balloon popping, but you're also gonna have a classic arcade. There's a lot of claw machines here. There's a couple of places to eat, mostly junk food, but definitely a good place to bring your kiddies here. And I guess like little teenagers are also in abundance here. So there's quite a lot of things to do. Please welcome Dave. A full-blown arcade, and it hasn't really changed throughout the years. Obviously different games and updating, but this is just how I remember when I was a kid. All right, so we found a deal or no deal arcade machine. Let's go. We lost some money on the last one, so we either have 1 ticket or 200 tickets. No. All right, 200 tickets. Here we go. Here we go. Open your case. Yes, sir! Oh, here we go. Left-handed. Points. Let's go. So here we have one of the bars that's right in front of the casino floor. And here at every bar at the Circus Circus, there's gonna be a 3 to 6 happy hour, both AM and PM. And there you can find $5 mimosas, $6 Bloody Marys. I think it's another $6 for Jack and Coke, and $8 for a shot, house shot, and a beer. So pretty sweet deals here. If you want to get plastered out of your mind and you're not gambling, you can just go ahead and come here. All right, just got back from walking around in the Midway, losing a couple of dollars trying to win a prize. And I've had some time to think about this question, and that is the Circus Circus the worst hotel on the Las Vegas Strip? And I think yes. Yes, it is. And for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's extremely crowded. There's a bunch of people and a bunch of little people. There's little kids running around, pushing each other, crying. I don't want any part of that in Las Vegas for my life, so that's a big no-no for me. Number two is that there's nowhere to eat here. There's the Steakhouse, which is excellent, but aside from that, there's nothing. You're gonna eat food court food that you can eat anywhere else. Number three is the location. It's really far up north, so if you're basically booking at the Circus Circus because it's cheaper than other places, the transportation money that you're gonna spend going to the south of the strip, it's gonna offset that cost. So really think about what you're doing there. It's super far up north and there's nothing to do around here. Only Fontainebleau right across the street, which is, you know, worth checking out. And last but not least, and most importantly, I think is the room. I think the quality of the room is quite terrible. Yes, it is cheap, but it's still not worth the cheapness in my opinion. The shower was pretty dirty and all the furniture has a lot of wear and tear. Sure, maybe I'm being nitpicky, but I just have higher standards when it comes to a place that I'm gonna lay my face and sleep. So there you guys have it. I hate being a negative Nancy, but let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. I'd love to know if there's a worst possible hotel than that. If you made it this far, please remember to give this video a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next time. Peace out.